Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. So today's video is going to be my mud mask video. It's a lazy Sunday. I'm prepping for some meetings I have to give for work tomorrow. I'm also still in the process of unpacking, which is getting on my last nerve at this point because I can't find everything. We did a really half-assed job of packing. Just kind of threw everything in boxes since it's literally right around the corner from where we moved. It's a mess. Like, I still have stuff everywhere. I don't have any makeup on today, but if I did, first I would want to completely remove that. I've kind of strayed away from using makeup wipes. Like, I still really love those Pond's Luminous Clean makeup wipes, but I just felt like it was super wasteful to every night be using something like that and throwing it into the trash, and I don't know how they break down, and I just felt like that was really wasteful. And I've experimented with my fair share of balms, but I've never really found one that I really love. I have the Colleen Rothschild one, and I have been using this Emma Hardy one. This was on the recommendation of Caroline Herons, and I love this one. It has a nice, like, orangey, citrusy scent to it. It works really well. This is called the Moringa. It's the Moringa Oil in here too. The packaging leaves something be desired because it's almost like it gets like a dew, if you can see in there. Again, guys, please forgive my background. I'm not sure if my vanity is going to be right against this wall or moved over depending on the size couch we get in here, so I haven't anchored my shelves and I can't put anything on them until they're screwed into the wall. I love this balm, and what I would do is I would massage this all over my face. Then I would take, I love these little washcloths. They're the perfect size. Again, they're the same microfiber washcloths I've been using. This side is a plush microfiber, and then this side is a little more of like a muslin cloth to kind of exfoliate a little more. I fold it like this, I get it warm, and I just would wipe everything off my face. Then I go in with my Clarisonic. I've tried it many different ways. I just feel like for this mask I'm going to show you, I want to make sure that my skin is completely clean and free of makeup because I'm letting it go on and kind of bake into my skin, and some of it has warming effects, so I don't really want to grind that makeup deeper into my pores, if that makes any sense. So first, let's get our hair up out of the way. I have several headbands. I have that one that you guys have seen, or a couple different ones, those little Velcro ones that I get on Amazon. I got this on Amazon. Some of you guys told me actually you can find these on eBay too for even cheaper, which I haven't used that one yet, but I got this, I don't know, like 12 bucks. They do run a little small, and I have a giant head, so it can kind of be a tight fit. I have to put it on frontwards like this and then pull it up, or it's a mess. And I have the very cliche cat headband. I got this on Amazon too, but it doesn't leave kinks in my hair, and it's cute. So today, since this matches my outfit a little better, let's get this one on. I feel like a lion. Oh, and let's address this too. This little nail betrayed the rest of its sisters. Moving, I slam this into a box, unpacking, and I have one sorry looking nail right now. So please ignore that. I'm gonna get my nails done tomorrow. Life happens, right? I have tried a ton of mud masks over the years. I think a lot of them are really gimmicky. When it comes to, I mean, it's something that's nice that you can do for yourself that feels like you're treating yourself, but what they actually do, I find a lot to be gimmicky. I have tried every Glam Glow mask except for the two newer ones. The orange one, that's supposed to be like a brightening, and I haven't tried the Gravity Mud because when I read the ingredients on there, it's not something that interests me. I don't feel like it looks like it has some common irritants, and I don't think that's good for your skin. So out of all of the Glam Glow masks, this blue one that's moisturizing is nice. It's something that I'll wear if I'm like on a plane or something. I don't feel like it does that much for me, but again, there are tons of glowing reviews on this. My favorite one out of there is the Power Dual Cleanse Mud. That is the green one that goes on like a mud and cleanses off like an oil. With that being said, with all the experimentation I've been doing with different masks, I find for me, I actually prefer more all-natural masks. And again, you guys have heard me say rubbing nuts and berries on your face isn't going to, you know, really do a whole heck of a lot in our age. It's not gonna reverse any signs of aging, fine lines. With that being said, my thought process on it is if I'm having something sit on my face for 45 minutes to an hour, upwards of, you know, an hour and a half or however long you choose to keep it on, I just think like a good clay mixed with a moisturizing mask is best for me. The products I'm going to show you today and demo what I prefer to use is the May Lindstrom line. I did buy this off of Beautylish. First I bought this Blue Cocoon, this balm that was ridiculously expensive because I was intrigued by it. When I got it, I do find it interesting. I've heard people swear by this, like Caroline Herons that I love, she was swearing by this and a bunch of other people. I got it, I think it's okay. I don't really find it to be like a complete miracle worker. Would I repurchase this? I think it was $160. I don't think so. But I'm gonna demo this because it's part of the system that I'm using right now. That was the first May Lindstrom product I bought. Then some of the wonderful ladies and gentlemen at Beautylish actually invited me in to come do some testing for them for their new site launch. They've kind of revamped, just like going over what some of my ideas were too when it comes to color swatches on multiple skin tones and showing color layouts, ease of shopping, and a bunch of other things like that. So I was in there for about 3 hours with them, and when I left, they gave me this Jasmine Spray as a thank you for my time, which was really nice of them. So this I did not purchase, I want to make that clear. It has a very jasmine scent to it, which is almost, and I like jasmine, but it's almost slightly off-putting to me because it is so strong a smell. I got that. I did use that again. Would I repurchase that? Yeah, I don't really know. I'll have to see once it runs out if I notice that I miss it. So then I decided I was intrigued by this mask. I've seen some interviews done with May Lindstrom. She is drop dead gorgeous. She seems like a super nice, kind of earthy, crunchy, free spirit, hippie loving lady. And I was intrigued by the message behind her masks. So I bought these both at the same time because, again, since I'm dry, I don't want anything that's too harsh of a clay to really strip what little oils I do have in my skin. So I got this one, that's the Problem Solver, and this is actually all in powdered form. The super cool thing about that is it doesn't activate until you add water into it, so it has a longer shelf life. And it's more natural because since there's no water present in there, no preservative is needed, so you're not gonna get a bunch of those chemicals. You also get way more uses out of it because if you think about a regular mask like this already has the water mixed in it. Look how much you get on this. This is expensive. This is a $90 mask. That's a lot. You are getting 8.45 ounces of this, and again, that's without the water being mixed to it, so you're supposed to mix equal parts. So really this is more closer to a 17-ounce mask, so that's a lot. When you think about the price comparison though, this is $90 and this is $69. This mask you get 1.7 ounces in here, so if you think about, I mean, it would take almost 10 of these, like 9.9 of these masks in one of this. So when you break down the price like that, you're like, okay, that's a little more understandable. The next product I got at the same time was the Honey Mud. Now this already comes in a mixture. It smells so good. It smells like pudding, like, can't quite put my finger on it. It reminds me of kind of like a, not butterscotch, maybe like really faint, some kind of like toffee, like a toffee pudding or something. That's what this reminds me of. It smells amazing, and this is already mixed up. This one is $80 for 3.38 ounces. Again, very pricey. I find my perfect mud mask is to mix these two together, and I'm obviously going to demonstrate that for you. The packaging looks black, but this is actually a deep or violet, almost blue color. Let me see if I can get a light in here actually so you can see it. Can you see the blue on that? No? It's called Myron glass. The glass is actually traced back to ancient Egyptian time, and they used it to store and preserve skincare products and anything that could turn. Basically, this is just really a nice, luxurious glass that keeps the light out and from breaking the products down. It's one of those things, it's definitely a luxury product. Very simple labeling here on here. It actually would look beautiful displayed in your bathroom. I keep all my skincare in a drawer because I don't like a lot of clutter on my counter. I say as I have like 9,000 things on my vanity behind me. I also went and got the clay bowl that she has a local artist her make, as well as her brush. Each one of these bowls might have little, not flaws, but characteristics of them where you can kind of see the glazing in mine. Kind of swoops down in like a wave form in here. There, like you can see some of the glaze on the side here. It looks a little wet. I personally like that because it feels personal and unique to me. It's not a mass-produced, robotic, everybody gets the same. It also has a real gold stamp here in the bottom of this, and on the bottom it says Melissa Brown, who's a local artist. I actually followed her on Instagram. I will link her Instagram below. I think that that's really cool that she supports local artists as well. Each one of these products is handmade, hand-filled in these glasses. There is no manufacturing line for this, which again, I think is really cool. I'll link some videos below of interviews with May, and you can watch her mix the products, and she just explains her philosophy behind skincare, and I think it's pretty cool. And May has been known to be very helpful. If you go on her Instagram and ask her any questions, she'll give you her email. You can email her direct. She'll give you kind of like a skincare consultation for what she thinks in her line, those products that would fit you. So I've been testing these masks out for some time now. I like to do that obviously before I give you guys any kind of opinion on what I may or may think about them. This mask calls for a teaspoon of product to be put in the bowl, and then mix it up with another teaspoon of water. The water, as you mix it, it activates. You can kind of hear like a little bit of a crackling noise in there. What I actually do though is, I'll show you. So I'm gonna open this up. I got these little metal measuring spoons on Amazon. I get so much stuff on Amazon. I will link these below. I prefer, you shouldn't mix clay mud masks with metal though, because it can draw impurities out of the metal and into your mask that you put on your face. So you should mix it with some kind of synthetic fiber or a spoon. So what I do is I just scoop this up in here, and then you're not going to be able to see, but I actually just take the lid and I scrape it over the top like this to make sure it's kind of like a level spoon like that back into the jar, and then I dump that in. Now you're going to want to mix it with water. They recommend using a purified water. It's not necessary unless you have really hard water, any kind of mineral deposits that you're trying to avoid on your face. I like to use a filtered water. Take a half a teaspoon, and I'm going to fill that up with the water, and I'm going to mix that in. Don't use too much, just what that thing says. So you can do this in your sink if you want. Half a teaspoon of water, dump that in. You can use whatever bowl you want to, guys. You don't have to get these things. I mean, none of this stuff obviously do you have to get. But then this is the brush. I love it. It smells just like, it's hard to describe. It's like a really warm spice smell, and you're just gonna mix this. Hear that? It almost sounds like what a soda sounds like when you open it or something. But I'm just gonna take my time and mix this up. It's part of, I mean, it smells so relaxing, and it is a strong smell though. It's a strong, warm herb, warm spice smell, and you will feel a warming sensation on your face as well, just to be made aware. It doesn't burn, but I mean, it can if you get it too close to your eyes. Now my concoction kind of looks like this. You just mush it around more. Now I'm going to go into my honey mud. So basically I keep in my mud mask drawer, I keep the 1 teaspoon and 1/2 teaspoon, because those are the two that I mix back and forth. So now I'm going to take my honey mud, and I'm just going to pick up a 1/2 teaspoon of that. So basically we're putting in what the recipe calls for the problem solver, but we're only putting half the water in, half water, half honey mud. So that way you're getting the cleansing properties and the warming properties of Problem Solver, but you're getting the moisturizing balance that the honey mud gives. This does say you could use it as a face wash. I don't care for it as a face wash because it can be kind of sticky. So and again, that's just my opinion. Some people really love it. So now I'm just going to mix this all together and it's going to give me a nice mud mask consistency. Again, guys, this bowl is not necessary, but I don't want to stick this in stuff I'm eating and I like having it. You don't need a reason to like something. Okay, and now you're gonna see kind of this consistency. It looks like a gray pudding. So this is time that you're pampering yourself, so no rush. Do this after you put the kids to sleep or something. Now what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna paint this on my face. You wanna make sure to keep it away from your immediate eye area because since this does have warming spice in there, it will warm and that area is sensitive. Now I'm just gonna paint it on. When I first started doing this, I wasn't getting the consistencies right and it was like too watery and then it was dripping everywhere and that drove me nuts. So this is the recipe that I find works the best for me. I also like using a brush way better because I don't get it underneath my Dragon Lady nails, which is nice. Drop some on my finger, wipe it on my forehead. I feel like Simba. Okay, now I look pretty odd. I'm gonna let this dry while I'm gonna tell you guys a few other things and then I'm going to go relax in a bath and I'll come back before I wash this off. First I want to tell you guys, if you have really acne, oily skin, this would likely be good enough on its own. You can use both of these obviously on their own. The honey mud is supposed to be really moisturizing and the honey in there really brings balance. Anybody who's really into like holistic medicine and things, the bees honey in here really just brings moisture and imparts balance back into the skin. She does have some interesting information, which I will link below, letting you know that the bees are from kind of like happy bee farms. They're free to roam around, how they collect it as well. Now there are some like Queen Julep, the mint mask that you can find at Walmart or Target. A lot of those that are all natural that are good to stick on your face. I do like these Glam Go masks, but I feel like I've kind of outgrown them, if that makes any sense. I use them all for so long and I just found that there are better options out there on the market. I just feel like for the cost of them, and when I realized comparing it to this, I'm like, I would much rather have this than this. I like to leave this on for about 45 minutes. Typically what I will do is read a book, watch TV. I'm going to go sit in a tub. I just posted this on my Instagram if you guys follow me. This is my favorite bath soak. It's Epsom salt. This is the Dr. Teal's and this is the eucalyptus and spearmint. Oh my God, when I tell you that it sounds maybe like a weird mix, but it's, oh God, it smells so good. It smells like a hot guy that just brushed his teeth with spearmint toothpaste. Like it's a mixture of like, almost like a cologne-y kind of smell. I don't know, I love it. Put some in a hot bath and then I will relax with some music. It's important that you listen to your skin, guys. I mask about 1 time a week. It depends on where it falls. Sometimes it could be Sunday, sometimes it could be Tuesday, sometimes it could be Wednesday. For a while, I tried to have like a very regimented schedule, like every Wednesday I mask or every this day I do it, but it's really just important to listen to your skin's needs. I like to do this to kind of draw out any possible blackheads I have. Now, all blackheads really are is oxidized oil in your gland versus a whitehead is something that's a closed follicle and it creates that sebum that comes up, that blockage, looks white, and a blackhead is an open hair follicle that gets clogged. The oxygen oxidizes that sebum and turns it black, brown, sometimes it darker colors. So basically what you want to do is, there's no really way to detox your skin like I've mentioned in that traditional sense that people think like detoxify, even your body. I mean, that doesn't really work like that either. But what you're doing is you're kind of cleansing out that like deep down dirt. This mask is going to draw out some stuff that may be kind of hanging out in your pores. which is nice. It definitely clears out any of that sebum, those blackheads that you kind of have forming on your face. Just kind of exfoliates lightly away any dead skin you have on your face or dry patches. I think this is way too intense to do every single day. I even think it's way too intense to do any more than 2 times a week for my skin type again. I'm gonna be showing you guys like Sunday through Saturday skin routine, and this is something I do one of the days. So I'm gonna show you 7 days worth of skincare, what I do at night, but it's important to know that those days aren't necessarily set. So today's Sunday, so I'm showing you what I'm gonna call my Sunday day. But again, listen to your skin. If I wake up and I have like hormonal like breakouts or something on my face, I'm gonna use this. This does amazing for that. I'm going to do my mask, mix this together, and I'm gonna put it on my face. If I wake up and my skin is perfectly fine and you know everything's going great, then I'm not going to waste the money by using these products when I don't need them. If I just want to have an excuse to sit in the tub though and relax and you know everything's cool, then I'll use these. If my skin is extraordinarily dry, I'm going to stay away from masking really altogether. I might use something like this that you can actually kind of sleep in, just like, almost like they have like water masks or something that's more like leave on. Because if I use something like a clay mask, it's going to strip what little moisture I have left from my skin, and it's going to make it very tight feeling. I think people tend to mix up firming and tightening and dryness. Typically when you put something on your face and you feel like, ooh, it's tight, it's like that likely means you've dried your skin out. It's not really something that's available to instantly tighten your skin unless it's dehydrating your skin. So, I mean, you can get collagen production flow and blood flow to your face. The warming sensation of these masks definitely brings blood flow to your face to try to give it that signal to, it kind of increases circulation because of the warming, just like if you think about it when you use a tingling lip mask, it's because the blood rushes to it. The same thing happens to your face here. So chances are you're going to be a little bit red when you take this off. Another important thing to note is that this stains. In my old apartment, I had these really crappy sinks that looked like they were there from like the 60s or 70s. That kind of had little cracks in them, and they were like, they felt kind of like, looked like a light pink, almost like a plastic or something. I don't really know what the material was, but it would stain inside my sink when I would wash it off, and it will stain whatever washcloth you use. So I have one of these that's designated for mud masks, and it is like an ugly, it looks like there's mustard kind of squeezed on there. They recommend to wash it off in the shower and it'll just kind of go down. I just want to make you aware of that because when I first tried it, it was like, oh, that was annoying. So now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to go in the sink, use this brush to rinse out this bowl immediately so it doesn't all just kind of crust in there. Then I'm going to squeeze the brush out and lay it down flat to dry so the water doesn't get into the ferrule. And I'm going to hop in the tub for a little bit and relax. So I will be right back, guys. Okay guys, so I just got out of the tub. I was just jamming out to some Erica Badu and I felt kind of like a lobster. Have you ever had a bath that's so hot when you sit in it you can almost feel like I felt like I was boiling? So not good for your skin, but it feels so good to do occasionally. So I took a scalding hot bath. This robe I've had since I've been in 8th grade. My meme gave it to me. It's like a Fantasia robe. Actually the inside, it's not Fantasia, but I feel like the magical mouse in there, but it's a towel on the inside. It's like a terry cloth, and I've just had it for so long, and it's special to me because my mama gave it to me, and she's not doing very well nowadays, but I don't think I'll ever get rid of this robe. But I have some times where I've like colored my own hair or it's like bleached out spots, and I just have kept it forever. So I just wanted to show you guys, you can see like I got some water strings on my face while I was in the tub and I scratched my hair. But this, when I mix it with the honey mud, it doesn't really come down to like a really dry texture, whereas if I were to just put the Problem Solver on directly, it would really dry down and turn a lighter color. My stained typical washcloth is actually in the wash right now, so I'm going to use this muslin cloth that actually came with my Colleen Rothschild cleansing balm, and I'm going to just cleanse this off. It comes off really quickly. Again, make sure you're using a washcloth that you don't mind staining, and I would continually use the same one, like kind of designate that. If you have a dark color, that would probably be better too, less obvious. And make sure that your sink isn't like really porous. If it is, I would wash this off in the shower. Make sure you don't use scalding hot water on your face though. It's really not good for your skin. It causes wrinkles and premature aging. So I'm going to go rinse this off and I'll be back, guys. Okay guys, so I just washed it off. Do you see like how stained the washcloths get? So after I cleanse that off, I splash my face with water to make sure I don't have any more grit left. So I have not dried off my face, where I say normally you can have that transepidermal water loss if you allow the water to evaporate from your face, but for what I'm doing next, this is important. So I'm gonna take the Jasmine Spray. You can use any spray. I would use my Cordelia grape water spray. But I just want to get that moisture down, and this is the best way I have found to use this blue cocoon. So it's a solid oil basically. I'm going to rub my finger in here. It turns into like a liquid oil with body heat. I rub this between, and I'm just going to rub this lightly, like a little bit. It reminds me of like a chocolate orange smell, I think. I think that's what it is. Something like that. And I'm just gonna pat it in. And basically this will help calm irritated areas too. So I'm just gonna take a little more slightly and just put it right around the corners of my nose and on my chin. Those are my problem areas. At first I tried to take a small little amount, rub it between my hands and put it on my face dry. It was too thick. My skin didn't react excellent to it. It kind of clogged my pores. So when I use it like this on a wet face, that's how she actually recommends to use it as well. It actually works well because the water helps spread around and pull that moisture in. So then I'm just gonna do another spray of this. You can use any toner you want. Also exfoliated my lips with my Sarah Happ lip scrub. I got one of those duos for $40. The lip scrub tastes really good. I got the blueberry one, but I don't know if it justifies $40. I mean, I guess you're getting a balm and a lip scrub. I don't know. I've been testing that, but I'm obsessed with this. This is completely ridiculous. It intrigued me off a Beautylicious site, so I purchased it. It's the By Terry Balm de Rose. You guys know I really love rose lip balms. I'm not a huge fan of this jar though. It's like you can't really jam your finger down in here. So I'm gonna put some balm on, and it's really moisturizing and nice. I mean, it's $60 though, so again, if you wanna treat yourself. Otherwise, that's ridiculous. I don't find it, it's nice. It's like one of those things, it's like a luxury item. I don't find that it does like some superior job over my other rose lip balms, but I like this. It's not waxy, it just kind of like, almost is like this. It's like an oil that it melts into your lips. What I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give my face a chance to kind of drink all of that stuff in, and then the last step that I will do is I will just go to bed with my Belief Fresh Sea Berry cocktail on my face to just kind of lock this all in. I won't do any of my acids tonight because since this exfoliates your skin, you don't want to go on with too much stuff because it will cause irritation to your skin. Like you'll get raw. The mistake I used to make when I first started getting into skincare is I would get so excited to try all these things that I'd kind of pile it all on my face at once. And first of all, it's bad to do that because then if you're having an adverse reaction to a product, you don't know which one it is because you've used so many different things. And say just one product is effective, but you're using 10, that gets really expensive, and then you don't really know what is working and what's not. So I just say, listen to your skin and don't go overboard. In closing, just what I want to say to you guys is, my opinion on masks. I like them. They're a nice treat. I feel like a lot of them are kind of anecdotal though. Do I think if you take good care of your skin throughout the week, I don't feel like masks are necessary, because if you get a skincare regimen that's working for you, you shouldn't really have these huge problems that you're trying to target. Now, what I will say, I do notice that, like, if you see my skin now versus earlier, I think it has a nicer tone to it. It feels more plump, it feels smooth, it feels soft. This mask is really nice, but you can't neglect your skin all week and think just like once or twice a week that you'll do a mud mask and your skin problems are gonna be solved. It's not like that. This is the first mask I've used that when I take it off, my skin doesn't feel tight. I don't feel, like sometimes you want that squeaky clean. I don't feel like that. And it is when these two are mixed. On their own, on my skin type, like this can be okay, but when I wash it off, it feels kind of sticky. I just love these two combined. While I am using these products, while I have them, I'll use them up. I don't know if I'll repurchase. I have to see. Well, not repurchase this because this, again, was gifted to me. So repurchase this or this. This seems like a lifetime supply. You saw how little I just swirled my finger in? Look, I don't even have a dent in this, and I've used it a ton. So those products are sold at Beautylish, and I think a few other high-end retailers have them. It's all part of that natural organic skincare line. What I would recommend is Beautylish is pretty cool with samples. Like if you're ordering something else from them, you can actually call and ask them to include a couple samples of these products. So I would just ask, like if you're ordering, I don't know, like you want one of the new Jeffree Star liquid lipsticks, I would ask them, hey guys, can you throw in a little sample of the Honey Mud and Problem Solver? Stop! You're ridiculous. So Keegan's out the window right over here being a weirdo. So I would ask them just to include samples of both the Honey Mud and the Problem Solver. That way you can get a good idea. And just remember guys, you're supposed to mix this with equal parts water. I think masks are a nice little treat for us. It's kind of like a little ritual where you can dry yourself in a nice warm bath, put on a mud mask. I was just jamming out to some Erykah Badu in the bathtub. I'm going to leave some less expensive masks that I like that are along the same natural kind of clay mixed with a moisturizing mask down below. My favorite affordable natural masks would have to be from Lush. I don't really care for their skincare line in general because again, I'm a little too old to be using natural skincare to effectively treat the issues that I'm trying to go after, like anti-aging, hyperpigmentation. So, but when it comes to leaving something on your mask to impart some moisture or to kind of clear out those blackheads or exfoliate your skin, I really do prefer natural masks. There are some great Korean brands. They are overpriced in the US, I feel like, because when companies like Sephora import them in, they have to make their margin on them too, and it's just ridiculous. So a lot of times it's better off to go to like a Korean market or order overseas. It does take a little longer. You would have to have the patience to wait for that. I do want to test out some more things, but I just wanted to tell you guys right now what I'm loving. I'm on the hunt for right now. I have quite a few masks that I'm actually testing out because my skin is so dry, and I'm originally from the Boston area, so when I go back home, I'm pretty much as far away as I can be from San Francisco to Boston. That is a arduous flight. I like to have some moisture. I typically don't wear a lot of makeup on the plane. Normally just like fill in my eyebrows and some BB cream, or I'll just wear like a mask and still my eyebrows. If you guys have any questions, comments, or concerns, please leave them in the comment section down below. Thank you so much for tuning in, guys, and I will see you next time.